Alright folks, welcome back to Bones Backyard Homestead. On this episode, that's right, it's finally time to preserve those plums. Stay tuned. Alrighty folks, like I said, it's time to preserve these plums. Now we're going to do a couple things simultaneously at the same time. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to get that massive pot of water started to boil, because that's going to take some time. While we're doing that, we're going to shamefully remove the store-bought stickers. And then we're going to wash them, rinse them off, get all the chemicals that the store may have put on them. We'll get those washed off. And then I'll bring you back and show you how I'm going to cut these things up. Alright, now for the next part, I'm going to be using a very sharp knife and my vegetable peeler. I'm mainly looking for this part right here, and I'll show you why. So I'm going to find that seam right there. And work my way all the way around. Give it a little twist. Now I'm going to take that. Pop that out of there. Then I'll go ahead and take these. Now if I actually had my wide mouth jars available, I would just leave them in half and not actually cut them like that. But these, as they are right now, they're not going to fit. Even a half will not fit down the regular mouth jars. So by splitting them into quarters like that, then I can fit them in there. Alright, now that those are cut up and ready to go, the pot started boiling, so I put 3 of my 1-quart jars in there, get those going for a little bit, and started some dinner. So we'll get those sanitized for a few minutes, and then we're going to start filling them. So unlike the peaches that we've done before, these will not be blanched, they will not be cooked in the honey or anything. This is what a process that they call raw pack. And it is approved to do it this way. We're just going to fill up these jars. They are still extremely hot, so I'm going to wait a second before I jiggle them around to see if we can get some more in here. See how many jars we can get. If you're wondering, this was 29 plums. That's how many we started off with. Alright, now that those are jarred up, we need to get the brine going again. So like I said, this is a pretty simple recipe, just like it was with the peaches. So for every 2 cups of water, we need 1 cup of honey. So that's what we're going to do right now. So I've got 4 cups of water in there, so I need 2 cups of honey. Alright, now we gotta remember to leave ourselves 1/2 inch of headspace on these jars. Alright, we got the lids in the boiling water, sanitizing. So now what we're going to do is go around and make sure that there's nothing on these lips. No honey, no juice. They're going to go in the water for 25 minutes. Then they're going to come back and they're going to sit on the counter for 24 hours. Alright, so there was one twist to this recipe that I figured I better let you guys know of right now. The jars are in the pot of water right now, but the timer is not set. The recipe specifically said that I should put the jars in the water first, let it get back up to boiling, then start the 25-minute timer. So that's what we're going to do. Alright folks, so it's the next day and we need to finish prepping the jars. So the first thing we're going to do is press the top. We don't hear anything there. So now we got to remove the rings. Alright, so removing the rings serves 2 purposes. First, we're going to find out by holding onto that ring if our jar is secure or not. And then gives you a chance to clean up anything that's left over. This one's a perfect example. So it actually spewed out, there we go, during the sealing process. So this jar is sealed. And that's why the instructions tell you, anything online that you look up is going to say to put them on a towel on the counter overnight. Because what that does is, for one, it allows you to, get that jar right off the towel without it actually sticking to your counter. But if it does spew up anywhere and goes down the jar, you're not getting it on the counter. The last thing you're going to want to do is write the date across the top of the jar. Any jar that did not seal, go ahead and put in the refrigerator and use right away. These other ones actually did seal. We can put them in a dark, cool place. So there you go, folks. That is our jars of plums, and that wraps up the series. Hope you enjoyed it. If there's a recipe you guys want me to try, let me know. Stay tuned for the taste testing video, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks.